Hello. Uh, what's up, Fox and Doug and Abe, Beer and Ifa, Felix? How are you? Ambrose and Maddie? Kiki's here. Shade and Jade. Nin? What's up, Craig? Hey, Dork. Man, I didn't want to say anything last night, but it was hey food. Um, it was massively anxiety inducing when PUBG raided. Zinaz, what's up? I think that's the first time they've ever rated me since I've been partner. No, it wasn't Legend. It was a 780 people raid. Indeed. And they would have been coming off of a tournament, I assume. So it would have been like professional players. And all I could think was, is like, I'm so thankful that I have the follow requirement to talk on. Like, no shade that isn't due in in my opinion, but like shooter game communities are not cool. Generally, they are pretty awful. So I would have figured if we would have got to see what kind of stuff they had to say, it wouldn't have been a cool time. It would have been, who's this guy? Why'd you raid the guy who sucks? This guy sucks at PUBG. Blah 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 blah. It would have been just a wall to wall that. uh
Reticulating sperms.
Anonymous, thank you for the 3 months gift sub to Zinaz. Well, it's because I'm not saying that. I mean, believe me, 800 people didn't arrive and all agree to silently and politely just watch without ever saying anything until the end. It is true, Poochie Head. To the best of my knowledge, I hold the second longest consecutive daily stream record. If Tucci is still going, or Tucci, I mean to say, I don't know why I said like Tucci. Is Tucci still going? Gotta be, right? Yep. Ba-ba, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. 9 hours ago. Daily number 4488. So Tushi's number one and is ahead of me by a little over, or I guess a little under 200 days there. Yeah, a little under 200 days. So something around like 12 years ago, a few months apart, both Tushi and I decided, hey, let's stream it every day. We did not know each other. We did come to learn of each other in due time.
Reticulating sperms.
Yo, Anonymous, thank you for the 3 months gift sub to Jake Bacon. I know, I'm struggling to catch up. But this is a race I can win. I feel it in my bones that I have.
Reticulating sperms.
Anonymous, thank you for the 3 months gift sub to Poochie Head.
This right foot of mine is gonna fall off.
Thunder. Thank you for 90 months, which I'm sure equals out to something. Is that 6 years? Is that right? No. Maybe it's not anything. It's 7.5 years. I knew Doug was wrong. That's one of my favorite ones. I really like that one. That's a good alert. Doug, thank you for 43 months. Alerts where I'm just directly calling out.
Oh, I found a thingy.
IFA, thank you for 91 months. I don't know what's happened. CO Thunder, but I have lost the ability to know what to call you. I think I've cycled through various things over the years. And I settled for a long time on saying like Colorado Thunder. And I couldn't say Colorado Thunder because it felt like putting the hard O in there seemed too formal. So I'd always do like Colorado Thunder. And then I became sheepish about that. And now I don't know what to say anymore. I feel like I can't just say thunder. That's probably also fine. Anyway, I just know from experience the shit that I have seen people say in like I go to PUBG Report after streams for instance to go see like what clips were caught and things like that, and sometimes like the people that we killed or got killed by are just some of the worst people in existence. Which I think is the type of people, I mean, I think gun game communities tend to have a certain percentage of that kind of person, and it tends to be a pretty strong, sizable percentage of most gun game communities. Oh hell yeah, Poochie! Thank you for watching. I'm glad you enjoyed. Gosh, that's been almost, or it has been, 15 years now. Actually, in a couple of days, I think will be the anniversary when I put out that first episode. First episode. September 16th, 2010. So on September 16th here this year, it'll have been 15 years. That's the 15-year anniversary. Mm-hmm. It's wild. Time flies. Looking at this first video, and every time I look at the first episode, the first thing that I notice is how not centered the title card is. It's for some reason sort of off, like towards the bottom left corner. Just a little bit, enough to annoy me. Enough to make me wish I had never made a YouTube series. Just kidding. It's funny because in the very next episode, I fixed that. So in episode 2, the title card is placed correctly. You know. Yeah, live and learn, live and learn. Damn, 783,000 views. Yeah, that's how many episode 1 has. Never cracked a million on any episode. In fact, I think it's the first episode has the most, and then it drops. And yeah, second episode 290, third episode 234.
You accusing me of cranking it out on stream?
Beer, thank you for the 5 gift subs. The void is indeed centered properly, Eva. I always make sure of that. But yeah, I actually managed to not have a classic Monday. And my body was like,
It's not a functional banana.
it wasn't like that. I mean, I guess it was kind of like that. Snowflux, thank you for 49 months. Quit putting words in my mouth. My body was like, you're not allowed to not have a classic Monday. So we're going to have the 24-hour allergy bonanza. And so, yeah. Sneezing, running nose, great stuff. So I was really debating on what to do this evening because I was honestly not feeling like gaming, unfortunately. Nice beer. Fantastic. Oh yeah, Bonanza. I do need to get back to that. I do need to play Bonanza. Oh, well, in a meeting. Yuck. I kind of thought about mucking around in Linux since I've got that sort of kind of going again, but I'm in the phase of like I'm rebuilding my setup. I decided I wanted to just kind of redo my everything from scratch. And unfortunately, like a lot of that for me is going around and watching people's videos about like configs and this and that and so forth, which I don't feel like would make for super great stream content, to be honest. but I wanted to I want to get all my stuff like configured all nice the way I like it. I've got a lot to figure out there still. My setup has me cornered in this really annoying place where like I can't get 4K 120 hertz on Wayland, only on X11. This is all going to be inscrutable for non-Linux heads. But it's all because of my unhinged setup where I've got, you know, a whole bunch of devices going through an HDMI switch that's going to a 4K capture card that's then going off to wherever. And yeah, the capture card is what seems to be screwing me over. Yeah, Wayland from it's Wayland Yutani. That's how it feels often. Whenever I try to use Wayland in Linux, it feels more like Yutani. From Aliens, yes. The corporation. Wayland is basically the I'm gonna probably say this wrong, but it's a modern. It is the modern compositor. Is it? It's not the compositor, is it? Is Mutter the compositor? I should just read a definition instead of trying to tell you off the top of my head. Mutter is a Wayland display server and X11 window manager and compositor library. Okay, so Wayland is a display server. And Mutter is like the GNOME. Yeah, it gets muddy. But X11 is the old way. But right now, we're in a kind of weird place where like we haven't, I guess, really fully moved to one where it's just they're both still very much in use. And neither really solves all my problems because basically I want to kind of get away from Windows as much as I can. And to do that, I need to be able to have a full environment that handles everything I want to do on this PC, which would be development and gaming. Development's not the hard part at all. That's the super easy part. Well, development, it's more like me being happy with my customizations, which is in a way a very hard part. But the gaming is the hard part for me with like I have this capture card involved and it causes these fucking problems. Yeah, IFA has summed it up. X11 has a lot of cruft and Wayland is just incomplete. It's funny because it comes down to basically one thing for me right now. Because I have the capture card in my chain, the capture card is my monitor. On X11, I can only have 4K 120 hertz if I force YUV 420. I can do that on X11. I don't really want to use X11 because of the whole cruft thing. It has issues. Like for a reasonably sized desktop UI, I really want to have scaling, and the way that they do scaling sucks ass, and it has a big impact on running games on Linux because then the games think that my resolution is like 5,000 by 3,000 something or whatever, and it fucks everything up. Whereas I believe Wayland has much more modern and good handling of such things, but the problem is that on Wayland there is no way to force YUV 420. Another problem with it all is that I have an NVIDIA GPU, which is ass in the open source world compared to AMD GPUs, because AMD has done a lot more open source driver work stuff. I said that weird, but you know what I mean. Oh, good night, Em. I'll be right back. I have to blow my nose. Hang on. All right. Nose blown. Ear pressure equalized. Oh, now I have to sneeze. Come on, man. I didn't have any nice Kleenexes handy, so I'm just using a roll of toilet paper. And when I had to sneeze, I wanted to contain the sneeze, but in my scramble, I grabbed one sheet, and so I just held one thin square of paper against my face, which was then obliterated. I mean, it's not the worst. Paper towels would be worse. But yeah, TP is not great. You really want like the medicated Kleenexes. But nevertheless, I'm going to have a raw nose tomorrow. It's going to suck. Are you kidding, Jesney? As far as the tier list goes, at the top is like the medicated Kleenexes, and then regular Kleenexes, and then toilet paper, and then paper towels, and then sandpaper. Cloth towel. Cloth towel. Are you a time traveler from the Victorian era? Do you carry a handkerchief? A monogrammed handkerchief? Oh. I've never understood the handkerchief thing. Why would you why would you want to blast nose ropes into, I'm so sorry I said that, into a cloth Kleenex that you keep in your fucking pocket? You're gonna put that back in your pocket? What are you doing? Are you gonna reuse that? Might as well use your fucking sleeve. I know it gets fucking washed, but not between usages when you're out and about. So if you have a cold, you have this fucking snot laden wad that you continually pull out over and over to sneeze into and blow your nose into. What a cool idea. That sounds awesome. I would like a wad of damp cloth that I keep in a pocket that I get to touch over and over and rub on my face and keep contributing to, so that it keeps getting worse and worse. I feel like it's so obviously bad. I mean, if I were using a handkerchief today and it were my only option, So I'm away from home. All I have is a handkerchief. With the situation I have today, it would not have survived. I have had to blow my nose like 200 times. I don't even know how many times I've sneezed, but it's probably in the hundreds of thousands. I am exaggerating, of course, but like it's been a lot. And I don't think a handkerchief would meet my needs at all. I am also a germaphobe. I definitely am a germaphobe. So I have gone through an entire box of Kleenex with one of these 24-hour sessions before. Unfortunately, I did not have Kleenex available today. I'm not using single squares of TP. No, I did just for the sneeze by accident because I was scrambling to get a piece fast enough. It tore off immediately. Didn't mean to use one sheet. I vaporized it with my face explosion. That was not what I wanted to do. It was not the optimal situation. And I shared it with you only because I thought it was funny, not so that you could throw it in my face. uh um Also, Thunder, I feel like you answered my question about your name, and then I blew past it 'cause, something else happened. Oh no, and I think, oh, there it is. It's just before the history runs out. CO Thunder, Co Thunder, yeah. Colorado Thunder, Just Thunder, all are okay. I feel like I've used all of those. When you say I've been called and then this list, is that just a list of things I've said? Because I believe it is. And then I see you said something else that I wanted to answer. It was so long ago. Oh, it is possible to have badges that go more than 8 years. I need to update them is the problem. I made those so long ago. Uh, you're not wrong, Fox. The trouble for me is that it's all about what happens to the face over time. And paper towels will hold up to the massive force of my nose, but I will have a painfully raw nose the following day if I use paper towels the entire time. But what I found is that almost nothing really, like the like Vicks the Vicks Kleenexes I think are the best for avoiding that for me. But even Kleenexes I find I will blow through them and I don't love that. Meaning like I will blow my nose and I will blast a hole through the Kleenexes onto my hands, which is then necessitates a following Kleenex to clean up my hands. Oh, you mean Undo Crew, Kiki? Yeah, it's sort of dissipated because of just it wasn't great scheduling for anybody. That's just what happened. It makes me very sad. I miss my art friends and I miss doing art. But I think it is tough to do a scheduled thing like that for an extended or indefinite period of time. And yeah, that's just how it went. Sad to say. Oh. Anywho, back to boring Linux stuff. uh, I have a device coming tomorrow that IFA suggested. Another little $50 HDMI splitter. I'm hoping maybe will solve the problem. I'll talk about other things. Beer. I'm sorry, beer. I'll talk about other things. I was going to talk about Metal Gear. Have a good night, beer. Yes, Metal Gear, yes. You fucker. You fucking fucker. Have a good night. Did I paint a chocobo? I don't remember. Was this a banana night thing? Huh. Forgot I did that. Was it good or bad? Oh, so bad then. Bad. It's not that bad? Well, that's good. I miss doing more fun stuff for the streams. I am just a very discombobulated person, I think, is the problem. I keep trying to become more efficient and organized, and it seems like entropy is a really powerful force in my life. I don't know what you're talking about. You have the scuba diver ornament, the one with the big lips. Boy, I don't know what that is. It's kind of coming back to me, Kiki. I think it might have been, was it the night that I had like the lipstick and the dress and the apron? We had a night that was particularly over the top goofy. Huh. I painted a scuba diver ornament. Oh, wait. Did I paint a scuba diver onto and like a bauble? Oh, I kissed the chocobo painting. Right, right, right. Oh, did you? Let me take a look here. Ah. Ah. Yeah, there is the kiss. There is the kiss as well. Veteran has the shovel knight. This looks dirty. It looks like it got rained on or something. Did I not spray the protective stuff on it? Maybe I didn't. It survived a couple of moves. Well, that's good at least. Yeah, I just noticed there was some spotting or something. But it's fine. It's cool that you still have it. No, no, you're good. I just I was trying to remember, but I think that I definitely sprayed, like, you know how there's that stuff that it's like a sealant that you spray over like paintings after you're done. I should have done that to all of them so that they would be resistant to stuff. I don't know how resistant really it would be to anything. But it might be fine to like wash them off with just plain old regular water, perhaps. It was a disc of wood, and I painted a scuba diver with big lips on a disc of wood. Yeah, I don't remember what the thinking was with that. A Nakomi mountain painting as well. That's even rarer. Yes, hello, Bun. She hits me with the million paws. She has the paws Gatling paws move. She likes to come up to you and do tippy tappies all over your arm or leg until you look at her. But she does it very fast, so it's just tap 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 tap. Be right back and blow my nose. I'm back. Yeah. I mean, it takes some space. You don't really want to do painting like that near to anything or over top of anything that you care about. So it always involved like having to set up an easel, get canvases, get the paints out, have something to set the paints on. So probably a small table. Did I mention a tarp? Lay out a tarp or some plastic or a shower curtain or something. It's just, yeah, it's just a lot to prepare. Also, if you want to have a camera pointed at it, and also you got to worry about lighting. I had stuff set up at in my old office that was like it made it possible, and I had enough room that I could like kind of set that shit up, and it wasn't a big deal. Here I am not conveniently set up to do any of that shit. It's much more difficult here. Um, so there was that. Oh God, the posters. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's been far too long now um, to really revisit finishing them. And I feel like it would also be weird. Um, the period of relevance has passed long ago. Oh, anywho, yeah, it's fine. We just retired it. Um, back in September of last year, I think it was, or thereabouts. So roughly a year ago, um, Good had decided that he was going to retire from content creation and he was going to stop streaming. So we just mutually agreed to wind down. And to be fair, we had also kind of fallen into a rut with Two Bananas for a long time anyway. It we weren't doing the things because neither of us were really in a great position to plan stuff and then execute on said plans. So it probably overstayed its welcome to some degree. No, yeah, we just decided to retire it. It was fine. It was mutual. There was no bad blood or anything like that. Yup. Neither of us really had the energy or the time to make it what it used to be. We had a sort of golden window, you know, but oh, sorry, it's time to sneeze again. Yeah, that thought had come up, and it never ended up coming together. That probably would have been something that would have kept it alive longer, is if we would have had um, like a manager, a planner, a manager, something like that. Just more help, you know. But it's fine. A bananager. Uh, hey, Bun. Why are you grumbling at me, Bun? God, you're so fucking adorable and small. No, you're totally fine, Kiki. It's all good. Yeah. Yeah, the he went through some physical stuff in the woods that seemed like it was bordering on dangerous. What's up, Dave? The perfect entrance. I'm just kind of talking about random stuff. I guess we were reminiscing a bit. Um, but yeah, I was a bit sick today, so I'm sort of I don't know. I didn't feel like gaming. Dave, did you listen to the Players Club? Yeah, me too. I really liked it. It actually really made me want to go back and play the original. Yeah, it's blowback for Metal Gear. It's amazing. Ah, it was a really, really nice listen. And yeah, it makes me want to play the original. I never have. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I played Twin Snakes. So my Metal Gear story is I watched a friend play Metal Gear Solid, the original on PlayStation. But I didn't have a PlayStation, so I didn't play the original. And then I played Metal Gear Solid 2, and then Twin Snakes came out. So I played Twin Snakes, and then I played all through Metal Gear Solid 2 again. Uh, Actually, I think when Metal Gear Solid 3 came out, that was when I did this. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3 came out, and so then I did a total like Twin Snakes, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3. I think that was my original like full Metal Gear Solid experience. But yeah, it's true. I have not played the original. And I know that Twin Snakes kind of has some changes that people don't like. Hell yeah, Dave. That's awesome. What it really reminded me of is listening to the Players Club. I mean, is I love that fucking aesthetic from the original game. Uh the music, the sound effects, the presentation in general. uh I was always cool with it, Maddie. There hasn't been much of that in a long, long time, but back in the day there used to be a lot. And yeah, I mean, it's fine. Interesting to see what different artists take on you is. Oh no, you don't have to do that. Yeah, some Kojima scholars for sure. So yeah, I guess stream-wise, I'm kind of in an awkward place right now because Scream Day is coming up. I don't know what I want to spend my time on this month before we go into Scream a Day. I also have nothing currently prepared for Scream a Day 12. I would like to prepare something. What is Metal Gear Scanlon? I do not know what that is. What was that cool one where you made deliveries in the snow? Is the final version out yet? I don't know what. Oh, okay. So first of all, I thought you were talking about Death Stranding 2. I was like, I think it's out. But yeah, you're talking about, as Omni points out, Easy Delivery Company. I don't know. I will look. I would guess probably not. Uh, yeah, planned release date Q3 2025. So it's still possible. Still could happen. Um, but definitely running out of time there. Ooh, do we have dead format on the list? Looks cool. God, the list. I think we need to maybe do. We need to do something with the list. I always feel like I'm potentially missing out on bangers because I'm just picking through the list and almost randomly selecting things that just strike my fancy when I see them. But that doesn't mean that I've seen everything. This one looks cool. Yeah, that'll be the theme. It'll be called Blowed Back. I haven't reviewed the list yet, Craig, so I don't know what's on the list. That's every stream food. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do exactly, but I might. A lot of the streams this month, I might do like, unfortunately, kind of like this, where I spend the time developing stuff for Scream Day 12. While we shoot the shit, which you know, it's not probably going to be thrilling content wise, but I need to find somewhere to put in the time. All right, anyway, folks, I'm going to call it here. I'm going to try to recover from my allergy nightmare. And I will see y'all tomorrow, I think. Have a good night, folks.